Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Where today guys, we are back on One Piece Bounty Rush to bring you guys another tutorial video. Now I know it's a bit of a change because usually I upload gameplay videos, but I want to make a tutorial video on one of my favorite roles in the entire game, Defenders. So Defenders at one point was arguably one of the most underrated roles in the entire game because not a lot of people really play them. You mainly see attackers and runners a lot, but rarely any defenders because not a lot of people like the defender role. I guess because it was like your teammates kind of relied on you to like defend the flags and whatnot, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I guess it was kind of boring just sitting at the flag all freaking game, you know, not being able to play aggressive. But nowadays we got a lot of people playing defenders and whatnot because of Gear 5 Luffy and the big moms and whatnot, and that's good to hear because defenders is my favorite role in the entire game, and it is nice to see some light shit on it. However, though, it seems that most of these players don't really know how to play defenders. I mean, you guys fought a Gear 5 or a big mom before, and you probably know what I'm talking about when I say these guys do not know how to play defenders. They suck at the role and they don't really know how to do it. I get that these guys can switch their roles and whatnot, but at the end of the day, they're still defenders and you have to play the defender role properly. So here's a beginner guide on you for you guys, for all you guys who are new to the game, or if you simply just want to watch this video to see the guy itself, you know, give me some tips and whatnot on what I can do better for the video. But yeah, though, this could be a little guide for people who are new to the game, who want to maybe main defenders, or just simply just want to know how to play defenders properly. So without any further ado, let's hop right into it. Alright, so step 1. Here's the first step of today's video, and that is to learn your defenders. So pretty much, what I mean by this is that whenever you play the defender role, it is very crucial that you know your character's traits and whatnot, so that way you can really utilize the defender itself. Now, that applies to all characters in this game, attackers or runners and whatnot. Those guys, you gotta learn their traits to really utilize the character's full potential. However, though, defenders are sort of a different case because these guys heavily rely on you to stay in your treasure area to actually be tanky, or simply you have to do a certain action in order for them to actually start tanking and defend your flags. So I'm gonna be using these two defenders as an example, Monet and Onigashima Luffy, because these two are different type of defenders. One of them is a defender that relies on damage reduction, while the other defender relies on defense stacks. So damage reduction is pretty much just raw damage reduction, like, you know, like just reducing the amount of damage you're taking. You know, you don't have to do like no cells or anything to actually get the damage reduction. All you have to really do is just sit in your treasure area and then bam, you're tanky. While defense stacking requires the character to do a certain action in order for them to actually be tanky. Like for instance, we're gonna look at Onigashima Luffy right now. If we go to his traits, scroll down, right here, every time you attack the enemy, you stack your defense by 3%, max is 50%. So in order for Luffy to actually be at his max potential to start tanking a lot, you need to actually hit the opponents. So you can see how that could be a big drawback because it heavily relies on you to be able to actually fight the opponents. If you're just chilling back in the background and doing nothing, you're not becoming tanky at all, and you're gonna end up dying early game because, you know, you just couldn't get your defense stacks up or whatnot. You got to kind of play aggressive. While characters like Monet can just chill in their treasure area and oh, you're fine because, you know, you have your traits. So I think like the best tips that I can give you guys is like, just find out like what type of defender you want to main. Do you want to main a damage reduction type defender or a defense stacking type of defender? Me personally, I prefer either one, but when it comes down to it, I kind of prefer damage reduction because it's much simpler and you don't really have to go through the effort of trying to get your defense stacks up. There's nothing wrong with defense stacking and whatnot. I just find damage reduction to be a whole heck of a lot easier and simpler and makes the defending job a whole lot easier. So yeah, that's pretty much it for that step. Again, learn your character's traits, you know, learn how to actually use their traits and whatnot, and also learn their skills too. This applies to all characters, but I want to really emphasize on defenders because not a lot of people really take advantage of the defender's traits and not really know how to utilize that. So that's it for this step. Let's move on to the next step. Alright, here we go guys. Step 2. The second step of the guide is simply picking the right medals. So as I already told you in the previous step that defenders rely on their traits to be able to stay in their treasure area and whatnot. So it's best to build a metal set, or metals to help them out with that. Like for instance, metals that give you damage reduction for staying in your treasure area, or maybe gives you some skill cooldown reduction, or simply giving them metal sets that will just benefit from them being hit. So because as I said, guys, defenders are meant to be tanky. Like they're meant to tank the damage and make it hard for the enemy team to actually grab the flag. So if you put metal sets that benefits from them getting hit, it can help out in the long run. So like for instance, this is a metal set that I run on my Monet. I use this all the time with Monet all the time. It's a really good metal set. You can run it if you want to, that's entirely up to you. But I run the Kaido metal, Wildfire metal, which is the event metal that's gone. It might come back in that shop. And the Hera metal, Hera metal. Because Kaido and King metal provides me skill 1 cooldown every time I'm hit, which is very good because Monet, for those of you who don't know, Monet skill 1 is a shield, and this shield just blocks off any sort of damage that's coming your way. And the shield is completely based off HP, so it's best to put as much HP on there as you can in the metal traits. But we'll get into that later. But you get the idea though. If you can put something that can give you your skill back, like whatever skill the defender relies on, if you can get a metal set that can help them benefit from that, is very, very helpful. So like, Monet, as I said, relies on skill 1, so I put some skill 1 metal sets on. Even this Hera metal right here, if the treasure gauge is 80% or more, I'm getting skill 1 cooldown reduction speed, and I have furthermore damage reduction. This metal set is straight up relying on skill 1 cooldown. That's it. Now, if it was like Onigashima Luffy, for instance, I will put metal sets that rely on skill 2 cooldown, because skill 2 is what he relies on, because it's his main way of getting his defense stacks up. So I'll show you right now what I mean. So his skill 2 Hawk Gatling is a multi-hitting skill. This skill hits 14 times. And I mean, if you do the math, 14 times 3, right? That's like, what, more than half of your defense stacks up. Heck, I think if you land like a full consecutive hit of Hawk Gatling twice, that's it. You have your max out defense stacks just like that. It's just simply using the skill twice. So I would put metals that will focus on skill 2 cooldown. Of course, I don't have that on him right now because I don't use this guy anymore. I just use him for support. But if I did use him, I would definitely put skill 2 cooldown on him. And now, on the topic of metals, we should go into metal traits. So when it comes to defenders, it really all comes down to what type of defender it is. So like with Monet, I want to focus on HP and defense. Mainly HP. You can put a little bit of defense, but you want to mainly put HP. Now, sadly, I don't really have an HP metal to give her besides one, so I gave her that, and the other 2 metals are defense. So this metal set is all about making her as tanky as possible, along with giving her a bit of health. So not only is Monet, even if Monet don't have her shield up, she can tank a hit or two. Not only is she tanky, you gotta remember the metal set I have on gives her skill 1 cooldown every time she gets hit. So Monet can just be tanking all these hits, and I'm just getting my shield back every time they hit me, and they don't even know it. Plus Monet, I should probably mention this too, Monet has a default trait to where every time she's hit, she gets a skill 1 cooldown already. So with these 2 metal sets provide me an additional skill 2%, that's 4%, so 5 plus 4 is 9. So you're getting a 9% skill 1 cooldown every time you're hit. So, I mean, you can see how that's very, very good. And she's already tanky too. So, yeah, definitely good. So, when it comes to metal traits, and what I mean by metal traits, I mean these traits right here, like these things right here, like increasing your HP and whatnot. I would definitely say HP and defense. Those 2 are like your main best friend. Now, if you want to put attack, you can. If it's like a defender that can hit really hard or something, or it's a defender that struggles on killing people, you can put attack. That's up to you. But me personally, whenever I have a defender, I always put HP and defense, because I find those 2 to be their main strong suits. That's just me though. That's how I usually play them. So yeah though, to recap on this step, Find the best metal set for them. Like pick metal sets that can take advantage of their traits, or simply can help them benefit from sitting in the treasure area or getting hit. And put the right metal traits on, so that way you can help your defender become even more tanky or simply live longer. So that's it for this step. Let's move on to the third step. Alright guys, here we go. Third step of today's guide, and this step is about how to actually play defenders. Like, we're going to matchmake into league battle or whatnot, or challenge battle. You want to know how to play defender properly, so that way you don't let your team down and you end up losing a flag last second because of a last second cap. So the first thing you should do whenever you load into a match as a defender is you should get first flag and charge it up. The reason for this is because defenders have a unique trait to where they can charge the trigger gauge much faster than usual. As you can see by the side-by-side comparison, Mana is charging the trigger gauge much faster than Ken and Law are, so that's one thing to keep in mind. So yeah, if you're a defender, charge first flag up. Do not walk past it, because trust me, charging these flags up, it may seem simple, but trust me, it can go a long way. It could really make enemies capturing the flag, take up time trying to actually get your flag, and it could be the difference between you winning a match or not. So the next tip that I can give you as a defender main is, after you charge up the first flag, make your way to the second flag, charge that up, do the same thing with that, and then make your way to mid flag if your team has it, that is. Or if you're an aggressive defender, you can go help him out to try to catch a mid. But if you're not, if you're a defender like Monet that's made to stall people and whatnot, I suggest chill back and just wait for your prime opportunity to do something. Now, once you actually do get mid and you're at mid flag and whatnot, defend it. Just defend mid flag and whatnot, and just, chill and make it hard for the enemy team to capture your flag. I know it seems a bit boring, but one thing you guys have to learn about the defender class is that you have to be patient. Playing patient is very important in this game. You can't rush into a fight every fight you see. That's not how you play this game. I know it's very tempting to get those kills and whatnot, but trust me, guys, that's not how you win the game. You win the game by having the most amount of flags. If I saw a defender leave our only flag to go fight somebody that's like off by themselves or something, and we lose because that defender decided to go leave to go fight somebody, I will be pretty upset, because it's clearly that defender's fault that we lost because they couldn't do their one job of defending a single flag. So yeah, though, guys, when playing defenders, make sure to play patient and know when is the right time to actually do something. If you see the enemies capturing one of your flags, go stop them if you can. If you think that it's the right thing to do, like, for instance, like, read the situation, like, think to yourself, like, is it worth stopping this guy to, like, actually go capture the flag? So this actually brings me to my next tip, which is watching the flag. I mean, no, not watching the flag, watching the map. So the reason why I say watching the map is very important is because, well, it's your best friend. Being able to know if the enemy team is actually catching one of your flags or not is a very, very important tool, because it allows you to just, say to yourself, is it worth going down there or going over there to stop them from capturing my flag? Or can I get over there in time to actually stop them? And it's also very beneficial for characters like EX Defender Kaido, who relies on watching the map to actually be sort of good. Because if, for those of you who don't know, EX Defender EX Kaido skill 2 allows them to hit every single treasure area that is on the map that you currently own. So as you can see in the gameplay behind me, or rather you can see in the gameplay that's happening on the screen right now, we have 2 out of 3 flags. If I was EX Defender Kaido right now and done skill 2, it would have hit two of the flags that we own, because that's what his whole skill does, pretty much. So yeah, watching the flag can be very important. And it also here's another little tip for you. So let's say, for instance, the enemy team is trying to rotate to your base flag to try to backcap you or whatnot. So one thing that I like to do is see, the moment I see this happen, I check to see if one of my teammates are dead. The reason for this is because if they're dead, they're going to respawn back at your home flag, the base flag. So why would I jump down to go stop them when my team is literally about to respawn right next to the flag that I'm about to go defend? You see what I mean? It's better to just let your teammate fight them off than you going down there to go stop them. And then that flag that you were just defending is getting captured because you decided to go leave to go stop that other guy from defending a flag that your teammates already responded at. So, so that's what I mean. Like, read the situation and tell yourself, is it actually worth to go stop him from capturing this flag? Is it worth it? Usually when I play Defender, I like to stay at mid the entire time and just defend mid flag, because everybody knows that the mid flag is the most important flag in the entire game. I actually still know the reason why mid flag is the most important reason. I just know that it is. For those of you who do know the reason, let me know in the comments. Please enlighten me, because I actually still don't know this. I've been playing this game for, what, 3 years, and I still don't even know what's the importance of mid flag. But yeah, though, that's pretty much it for this tip and for this step as a whole. Let's move on to the outro so we can end the video off. And yeah, though, guys, I'll see you there. And that, guys, is my Defender guys on how to actually play Defenders and whatnot, while also giving you guys tips and tricks on how to, use them properly to your maximum potential, and while also giving you some medal sets, or rather some medals that you can use for your Defenders. So before I do end the video, I want to give you a big apology for not uploading for the last week. I know I still going to upload every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I wanted to start fresh. So I wanted to wait till next week to actually start uploading the next video. It sounds like a lame excuse, I know, but don't worry, guys. I am going to start actually uploading my videos and whatnot. I just wanted to know how I wanted to go about it when it comes to editing videos and whatnot. Let me know how you think about this editing style that I'm doing. It's probably going to get better as the days go by, but this is just like, just something to just start off with. I just want to make a beginner's guide because I've seen like a lot of people playing Defender so poorly, and it makes me mad because this role is very important, yet people just don't seem to know how to play Defenders. So hopefully this helps somebody out there to actually play Defender right, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and let me know in the comments below if I did a really good job with explaining things, and give you some tips and whatnot for other people, for them to read, so that way they can get better with Defenders, and we'll all learn something new. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, and turn post notifications. And I'll, of course, see you guys in the next video, alright? Peace out, everybody.